I thought this was a pretty good idea. Thank you Jay Green for the suggestion. That's what we'll be talking about today in this short video. Keep in mind I'm making this as of the Galaxy update, but I still hope you find the video helpful. If you do, great people to like or subscribe. But anyways, let's get into it. I'm gonna try and keep this video pretty short. If you end up having any questions, you can always find my tier list or showcase videos to break down units in more detail. Of course, everything in this video is just my opinion, so take the rankings with a grain of salt. Anyway, starting off with the best fire units in the game, we have Tanjiro, Dante, Itadori, Shanks, and in my opinion the strongest one, Guts. Guts is really just good for raw damage, that's all he does. If you build him right for Rupture, he does a lot of DPS. His passives are kind of related to boss killing and raw damage. He is actually full AoE on final upgrade. Really all this guy has going for him is raw damage, but he does it really well. Next up we have the top 5 units for the water element. So we have Virgil, Aokiji, Gogeta, Law, and Yamato. Now I personally think the best unit on the list is Yamato, and I do have an entire video trying out the unit and why I think they're so good. Yamato has 2 different forms. One of them is Bolt, which is really good for raw DPS, and then Blizzard, which is really good for kind of stalling early waves. If you know what you're doing and when to use each of the forms, they're very strong. Moving on to the nature element, we have Wong Ling, Maki, Saitama with the Divine Boost of course, Burn, and Frieren. She's very cheap on placement, very good damage on all upgrades, very good supporting value with her bubble that makes stuff walk backwards and petrify. She is very expensive to max out, but once you do max her out, she has very strong abilities, and she also has a spell menu, which is kind of like a bunch of nuking abilities. For the light element, we have Luffy, Kirito, Yuta, Ichigo, and in my opinion the best one, Gilgamesh. There's not really too much to say about Gilgamesh in particular. He's really good for everything. He has really good damage, really good passives, really good nuking abilities, and even has supporting value from his summon Enkidu, which also has abilities and passives that are very good for debuffing the enemies and buffing your teammates. Finally, we have the dark element. I went for Meliodas, Asta, Genji, Shadow, and Sung Jin Woo. Now Sung Jin Woo is very strong for everything. He can also be pretty complicated, and if you don't know how exactly he works, I'd recommend just checking out my video on his rework. But his main gimmick is going to require a lot of paying attention. He has a system menu, where he's going to gain a bunch of stat points. You can kind of buff him up, and you can rebirth him up to 3 times, unlocking new passives every time, and eventually a nuking ability that can one-shot anything. If you upgrade him a few times, he also has access to a shadow menu, and every shadow has different attacks and different passives, but they're all very strong. Anyways, I think that's going to be all for the video. Kind of a short one. I really need a new update to drop, man. ALS has been getting worse and worse with the update times. But thank you to my channel members for making this video possible. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you next one, and have a great day.